Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. It is ranking yet another one of my favorite indie brands that we have today, and we are talking about Wicked Widow Beauty. I have 5 palettes, so it should not be that difficult, but you will guess like that. But it was very difficult because I definitely have a preference. I like some a little more than the others for sure, and I cannot wait. And there was like a palette that I decluttered from Wicked Widow Beauty also, so I'll talk about that also. But yes, if you're ready, let's begin. So the only palette that I do not have actually is the Resurgence palette, and there was another palette which was like in that boot shape. Do you remember that? On the top of the palette, on the top of my mind, I cannot remember that, but I would definitely, if I had those palettes, because I decluttered them, I did not have Resurgence at all, so I cannot talk about Resurgence. But because I had that shoe palette, like, do you remember that? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember the name of the palette now, but I'll pop a picture on the screen if I can see it. That palette would definitely be on the bottom of the list for sure, so I will consider that as number 6th palette. I feel like there were a lot of pressed glitters there, and that was not for me. And there were a lot of pastel shades, which was also not my preferred shadows at that point of time. So I really would still consider it as my lowest palette, and that's why I do not have it with me. So that would be on number 6. Now, talking about the palettes that I have in my collection, on number 5, I have this Wicked Widow Beauty's Tea Time palette. This one, the Bunny palette. Individually, these palettes are amazing, absolutely amazing, but I do have a hard time combining these shades together. This is like a companion palette for me because there are aspects of this palette that I absolutely love. I love the shimmer shadows are absolutely stunning. This shadow as a blush is outstanding. This for a green smoky eye, like a green, blue, teal smoky eye, that is amazing. These two in the inner corners, that's amazing. But when I take this palette alone, it's very difficult for me to get like looks together that impress me. So that is why this is on number 5. Not because the quality is bad, but the color story is not for me. Now it's going to be very tough because the rest of the 4 shadow palettes are all absolutely gorgeous, okay? Absolutely gorgeous. I do not even know how to begin, how to end. Okay, I'm still thinking about number 4 and number 3 because they're very close to each other and I love the color story. I'm gonna rank the Lovesick palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. I love this palette. I absolutely love this palette. These are like my color story. I love a good purple mauve, and this is outstanding. The only thing that I wish that this palette had was a deeper shade, like a deep eggplant shade or a deep like a deep purpley shade. I would love that because in the actually camera you feel like these two are very different from each other, which they are. I mean, this is a lot pinker and this is more mauvier. I would have loved this shade to be much more deep, like a blackened purple. That would be amazing because I feel like I'm not just getting the depth that I want from this palette, but otherwise the palette is absolutely outstanding. Would I ever declutter this? I don't think so, because I love these shades. I wish that this was a 9-pan eyeshadow palette. Does that make sense? Instead of an 8, if this was a 9-pan eyeshadow palette with that darker shade, it would have been like shot up. Like, it's so beautiful. The quality is amazing. Okay, so that's why it's ranking on number 4. On number 3, we have the Wicked Widow Beauty Graveyard Smash palette. This, I felt like this was done outstandingly well. Even though these shades look so different, but they perform so well together. And this is what I'm talking about. Because of that deepening shade, I felt like everything could melt in together. Like those two would give a beautiful, like a warm tone eye. This would give a beautiful neutral eye together. These two would give a beautiful cool tone look together. And the shimmers, Wicked Widow Beauty just know their shimmers. They just perform so beautifully. Even their mattes, like they blend beautifully well. But because of that shade, it comes in so handy and it's so wonderful. I love and adore this palette. And that's why this is shot up a little higher than the Lovesick palette. But if you ask me, I love the color story of this more, but I feel like this was done so well. I had to give this to number 3. Now, top 2 was extremely difficult for me. I went back and forth thinking like which one should be on number 1, because both of them are very versatile palettes and the quality is absolutely outstanding. So on number 2, it is the Wicked Widow Beauty, the Crow palette. It looks very, very deep, and yes, you can get like super, super deep looks. But if you've seen my eyeshadow palette review video for this is such a versatile palette. Like you can get a green look, a purple look, a blue look with this. How? Go and watch that video. You will see it. Like this is such a stunning palette. I absolutely love it. I did like a red smoky eye look once, like off camera, and that was stunning, breathtaking. These shimmers are so sparkly, so gorgeous. None of them are pressed glitter, which I absolutely love and adore. Love the shade Gabriel. This might be like my favorite shimmer that they've ever done so far. This is such a beautiful palette, and the deep tones of this palette is absolutely amazing. Yes, it looks like all like black gray shades. It's not. I promise it's not. And when you pair it with these shimmers, it looks so different. You have no idea. Like, go watch the video. I'll put it in the iCards above. This is amazing, amazing on number 2. By the way, I forgot. I don't know how to rank this in quarter 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'll put it in the quarter 3 eyeshadow palettes. This is a stunning palette, okay? On number 1, I think you've guessed it, because this is where my love affair started with Wicked Widow Beauty, and it just stays the same. On number 1, we have the Wicked Widow Beauty Scissorhands 2 palette. This was breathtakingly beautiful. I feel this is just everything that I wanted Wicked Widow Beauty to do, like from the get-go. Even though I was not a green person, still this is my number 1, because the quality of these shadows are so beautiful. The variety that you can get out of these looks are amazing. I love these shadows together. Like this is my favorite 3 shadows in this palette. This is stunning. These mattes, so pigmented, so beautiful. This gray, outstandingly well. This pukey green shade, amazing, amazing. And these shifts, and oh my god, it does its magic. This is such a necessary shade in this palette, in my opinion. I love it. Like these 4 things in the corner have my heart. I love it. This can do a lot, and it just continues to be my favorite so far. The quality is outstanding, outstanding. Waiting for a Scissorhands 3 palette. Do it in some format where there's less number of greens. But otherwise, I absolutely love it, okay? I love. But that's all was my ranking for Wicked Widow Beauty. I know it was a short and sweet video, but I definitely wanted to give a little bit of shout out to Wicked Widow Beauty, because they absolutely knocking the indie market industry, and I absolutely love it. I do have a code with Wicked Widow Beauty. It's Smithy Sony to save you 10% off. So if you're buying anything on their website, you can get 10% off. And if you are using my code, I thank you very, very much. It is an affiliate code, so I would get a little bit of kickback from that, and that straight away goes into my channel. But that's all for today, guys. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.